I once heard someone say, in this life, apart from life and death, everything else is small stuff. Back then, I just nodded slightly. Yeah, makes sense, but to be honest, I couldn't really feel it. Because at that time, I was still young. I thought deadlines were a big deal. I thought failing an exam was a disaster. I thought a crush not replying to my message was a heartbreak. I thought not being smart, not being pretty, not standing out was some kind of personal failure. I lived in those small things as if they were the whole world. Crying over bad grades, losing sleep over misunderstandings, feeling anxious because I didn't know where my life was going. We're all like that, really. In the middle of living, who doesn't feel like they're in a tragedy? It's just that we haven't truly stood in front of life and death. We haven't truly lost something forever. We haven't really understood that there are things we will never get a second chance to fix, redo, or hold one last time. And then one day I read a very short headline. Diogo Jota has passed away. Just 5 words. But something inside me froze. I wasn't a die-hard fan of Jota. I didn't memorize every goal he scored, didn't hang his poster on my wall, didn't scream with joy when he scored for Liverpool. But I knew who he was, and I knew he was the kind of person that the whole world had to acknowledge. He lived a successful life. He had everything people dream of. A top-tier career in Europe, from Wolves to Liverpool, a key player for the Portugal national team. Talent, technique, tactical intelligence, scored crucial goals in the biggest tournaments. A wife who stood by him since before fame, 3 children, a warm and loving family. No scandals, no drama, just a hard-working, kind-hearted footballer, respected by teammates. If someone asked, what is success? I think people would point to Jota's life as an example. He had it all, from professional achievements to personal happiness, from stadium lights to peaceful home life. And then suddenly he was gone, just after a bang, an accident, a morning like any other morning. And the most painful part wasn't his passing. It was the silence left behind by everything he had built. The trophies, the press conferences, the roaring stadiums are now just videos. The golden boots, the worn jerseys, the goal records, now part of a memorial. Everything that once shone so brightly made people admire him, now has become a framed photograph. And I suddenly realized, if even someone like Jota, who lived what we call a successful life, can still be taken too soon, then the things I torment myself with every day, failure, confusion, pressure, insecurity, what do they even mean? If even a perfect life like his can end in an instant, then maybe what matters isn't what we've achieved, but rather that we're still alive. If you're still alive, it means you still have a chance. Even if today you feel exhausted, stuck, empty, or like the whole world has turned its back on you, you still have what Jota no longer has: time. You still have time to love. You still have time to make things right. You still have time to take a walk, to watch the sunset, to hug someone, to say sorry, to begin a new chapter. You still have time to live one slow, simple day, not needing to be brilliant, just to be here, and that's enough. I'm not writing this to tell a sad story. I'm writing so that we remember something simple yet essential. We are alive. And because we're alive, there's no reason to stay angry or blame ourselves over things that are small, because one day all those small things won't matter when we, or the people we love, are no longer here. So what do we do knowing that everything will pass? Maybe we just need to live each day fully. We don't need to be wildly successful. We don't need to be better than anyone else. We just need to wake up, see the light, hear the voice of someone we love, eat a favorite meal, laugh at something silly, and feel grateful. Grateful to be breathing today. Grateful that today isn't our last. Grateful that we still have the chance to change, to heal, to forgive, and to love. I hope after reading this postcard, you don't feel heavier, but lighter. That you feel less alone in your anxiety, less lost in the uncertainty of life. That you realize even if today you're not okay, it's okay. You still have tomorrow. You still have a life waiting for you. And if someday you forget why you're trying, remember this: apart from life and death, everything else is small stuff. Diogo Jota lived a beautiful life, short but beautiful. And that beauty, it wasn't because he was famous or scored many goals. It was because he lived kindly, fully, and left behind a real emptiness in the hearts of those who knew him. So today, if you are still alive, live in a way that whether your life is long or short, it was a life with meaning. Don't worry so much. Don't keep blaming yourself. Don't force yourself to be strong all the time. You are alive. That means you still have everything. Take a deep breath, exhale slowly, and say to yourself, today I am still here. To you, someone still alive. Someone who still deserves love, softness, and forgiveness.